satisfied. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
Hello and welcome back to the Battle of Gamers here at Stax' Game House. We just saw one heck of a battle between, Seminal versus none other than Fierce. It was really such a great game, but we do have another game on our hands coming up next. It's Tribe versus Tragik. But before we get started, we'd like to introduce ourselves. My name is Lisrado. Joining me is Black and Blue. And also a quick apology for the stream. Sorry about that, guys. We had a little bit of a technical issue, but sorted out. So it should be all Gucci right now as we go into the second game of the series, which could very debatably be the game of the day. It's none other than Tribe versus Tragik. And let's talk a little bit about these two teams, Black and Blue. What do we got on our hands here in this upcoming game?
Well, of course, let's speak about Tragik, a top 10 team. These guys are quickly rising through the ranks to prove themselves as one of the most formidable teams in the NA region here in Call of Duty Mobile. Now, Tribe, what is there to say? Everybody knows who Tribe is. Tribe is a #1 rated team in North America. Recently, they qualified for Stage 4 of the Call of Duty Mobile World Championships. They are a team that is probably one of the most experienced and most well-known in the region, and from that, there's many expectations for them. But as we've seen coming into the very first series, it's the dark horses, the underdog teams who have quite a lot to prove now. So Tragik, while they are a top 10 team, they are definitely not as well known as Tribe. So this is Tragik's chance to really show up and step up to the game.
Yeah.
See and prove to everybody that, we're a formidable team as well. Just because you're Tribe, just because you're one of the top 3 teams, doesn't mean you can just stomp all over us in Tragik. They've gotten this far, and they have very good chances to move on still forward if they can get this series against Tribe.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna completely agree. I think this is one of those series where we're gonna be seeing, one of those teams, one of those up-and-comers going up against, sort of the old guard players who have been around for a long time, really established chemistry and connection between one another. And I do want to see how that plays out on, maps, on game modes like Search and Destroy, where it's a little bit slow paced, and those hard hitting, fast paced action maps like Domination and Hardpoint. It's gonna be so exciting to see. But before we talk about the game any further and dive into the game, let's take a quick look at the bracket and show you guys what we actually have upcoming in the day. So for today, we do have the second game that's coming up next. That's Fierce and Tribe. And right after that, we're going to have the third series of the day, which is Knives Only versus Arsenal. That's happening at a little bit later than 10:30. We did have a little bit of a delay. And the final match of the day, which is going to be Ace of Spades versus Celestial. So these are all going to be amazing. And if you want to find out more about the tournament, we do have more days to come. We're going all the way up to the 16th of August. We've got tomorrow the quarterfinals of the Rising Amateurs and the quarterfinals of Superstars happening the day after that, which is August 9th. Now happening on the 15th, we got the semifinals, and the grand finals itself will be happening on the 16th, and I'm so excited for that. We got so much great Call of Duty mobile action for you today, but let's return to the game, Black and Blue. I do want to ask you a quick question here. We got the sort of underdogs kind of versus maybe the favorites to win the entire thing. What do you think about this matchup? What do you think a team like Tragik has got to do to go up against giants here, just like Tribe?
Well, this is the time to pull out all the strats. The giants of Tribe going up against, it's kind of like the Goliath going up against, David. And so, in this case, they have to pull out all the stops that they can. And for Tribe, really, they're gonna try and play the way they know. Okay, so what Tragik has to have done here, even coming into this game, was try and do the research, try and see okay, how does Tribe play? How do they play their Domination? How do they play their Search and Destroy? And how do they play their Hardpoint? And so it's gonna have to be Tragik to adjust, really, because Tribe are gonna play the way that they know. Tragik are gonna have to have done their homework, and from that they're gonna have to make necessary adjustments.
Yeah.
Now, just because Tribe play a certain way does not mean that they will not adjust as well. So it's gonna be up to Tragik really here. Their back is going to be against the wall, and they're the ones who are going to have to try and outmaneuver and really outplay and get the perfect reads on what Tribe is doing if they're really going to take this series out.
You're absolutely right, but we'll see if that all comes into fruition here. It's going to be the second series of the day. Game number 1, Tribe versus Tragik. You've all been waiting for it, and it's going to be Tribe on the red side and Tragik on the blue side. And we're going to be going straight into Search and Destroy, a little bit more safe. But no, I lied. That was completely wrong. There's a quick bomb plant happening on the A side. Tribe taking the fight this early on to Tragik.
Well, nice single member going down. Marky's going to find Avid, and MJ's going to go down as well to Cloud. He finds a double kill on the Gramps, and Vest will get something going the way here of Tribe. And this is a good start, at least, for Tragik, but they're going to lose members quickly as they all fall down. Tribe will get another frag in as Vest does go down here for Tragik. Tribe do take round number one rather here.
What a way to start the round. It's like building that momentum right off the bat. They want to assert their dominance, going for that quick plan, wanting to bully Tragik as much as possible. And you can see it absolutely working here. Tragik getting caught off on the back foot, maybe expecting a slower paced round. Not to be at all, says Tribe, as they dominate that first round this early on. But just like that, another execution coming in here. Vest looking to get that blind spray down through the wood, but not going to be able to find anything. A little bit of damage onto Miro, however, but will be able to heal that quickly. But as I say that, of course, look at all these kills right here. Going down, 2 members of Tribe already taken out. Vest is now going down as well, but Mangos gets traded out immediately. Tectonic taking them out in the end. MJ, Gramps getting kills of their own, getting taken down on their own rather, and it's all in a 1v3 situation. Tragik chiming in with some quick kills themselves, and it's now a 1v3 situation here for the attacking side, and that's Tribe. But ooh, look at this real quick. BotG does actually manage to get a pickup right there, bring us down to a 1v2. Still has a lot of time on his hands, 1 minute left on the clock. Not gonna go for that plant just yet, looking for that information, waiting for somebody to maybe walk into his crosshair. And MJ just actually misses him in that instance, and this is a big opportunity here for the side of Tribe.
He's taking the long rotation back out into the B site, and so he might actually get this plan successfully off. Now, Tragik here, MJ, is quite close to trying to deny this. He's actually going to relink with Gramps here in the second floor of the corner building. They can hear him running around, and they do expect him to be making his way towards them, but I'm not actually sure what BotG is trying to go here for. I think he tried to go for the map control on the back side, but instead, he's actually just going to give his position away. 20 seconds left on the clock, and BotG, he finds Gramps. It is now a 1v1 situation, and he does have time to get the plant off here towards the B site. The bomb has been planted, and they're going to try and push it up close. BotG in a 1v1! He does take out MJ. That's going to be a second round now here for Tribes.
Wow, what a turnaround. He wins that clutch situation. That was a 1v3. He played that patiently. He waited. And despite the fact that the members of, Tragik were playing that very smart, they were basically outsmarted. They were divided and conquered, by the side of Tribe. It was a really good idea to stick together and go for those refrags and just play trades, but they were just denied that in the end. But looking back, coming into this third round of the game, it's quick trades all across the board here as members of Tribe all drop down left and right just like flies here. 2 members left standing, and Tragik still standing strong. Can they maintain this lead to the end of the round? Will we see another turnaround clutch again here from Tribe, as there's only 2 members left standing for their side?
Well, they're taking control of A here, Tragik, and they can get the bomb planted down. And if Tribe do let this one slip away, then Tragik are going to have a successful defense. Now, as Tragik, they do wrap around to hold the B site instead, as Bravo seems to be the point of interest here for Tribe. They're going to try and wrap around now here on top of the warehouse, as they've been spied out here by Gramps. He does have the intervention in hand, the sniper rifle instead, rather. And, well, Tribe, just trying to see where they can really pinch their way into either lane. They haven't found that yet, but it seems like their idea is to go for the Bravo site, and that's exactly what they're going to do, as I think that's the right thing to do, as Tragik here are kind of stacking the A site. Alpha being held, but it's really Bravo that Tragik are really, Tribe rather, are trying to go for.
Yeah, and honestly, quick pickup right there. Vest gonna go down in the end. It's now brought down to a 2v2 here, and B side totally open. They could actually just walk in here and plant the bomb, but they're looking for a little bit more information, which might be the better play in the end. But Cloud looking for that spray down, does look for that quick peek right there. Actually manages to get the kill, finds one, brings it down to a 1v1 in the end. Refrag is available, but doesn't actually get the kill. Now it's Still, Gramps trying to run around, looking for an escape route, pulls out the rocket launcher crowd, looking for that quick pickoff, but is going to be denied here. No time, well played, and that is finally a round on the board here for Tragik, realizing that there was no more time for the bomb plant here, and outsmarting the members of Tribe. If you can't win in a firefight in a 1v1, you better play it smart, and that's exactly what they did.
Well, Tribe did the right thing there, actually, because at the 2v3, trying to go for the plant on the B site when it's so open on Bravo is not the best thing to do. So what did they do? They tried to flank around and get members off of the A site instead to try and thin them out, and that's exactly what they did. Unfortunately, they did not win the fight in the end, as Gramps does take down Nero. That's now a 3v3 for either side, and it seems like they're going to try and get the bomb planted off here on towards Alpha. Still, Tragik holding from B instead, and they do have a cut off on the cross towards Tank here, Vest, but he's going to have to eventually fall down, hop down, and try and go for the retake onto the A site.
Yeah, and it's now brought us down to a 3v3 situation. 30 seconds left in the round. We still got a little bit of time here, but the bomb needs to go down very, very soon. Oh, I mean, diffused rather very soon. Mango's going down in the end. Now it's a 2v2. Marshy is still in this, but he's barely hanging on to his life. Tectonic going for that spray, doesn't get it, but Marshy does instead. Now Vest all alone in that situation and will be traded down. Marshy coming up huge for his team, getting those 2 quick kills and bringing us now to a 3-1 scoreline here. A couple rounds left before we go into the switch, and right now Tribe dominating Tragik, who cannot seem to respond to the quick and fast play style of Tribe.
Well, Tribe definitely showing why they're the most formidable team in NA right now, the most revered and feared. Gramps, certainly not too old for that one. He's going to get a quick and early pick there. Tectonic. Blades have been shattered, and Mangoes is going to throw it right back at them. Tribe, they're able to get a double kill now, actually. Tragik is going to find one of his own, their own rather, as well. But Bolu is able to find Mangoes, and as his have seemed to ripen way past their point, it is now a 2v3. Gramps here still holding down mid with a sniper rifle in hand, and Tribe, they have their attention towards B, but you can tell they don't want to plant towards B. It's not the best plant to go for, as it's really open, so they're going to try and just regain map control with still a minute left on the clock. They can do that exactly. They're playing here around the gas station and just trying to really flush out any stragglers that they might find for the Tragik side.
Yeah, and currently at the moment, it's Tribe just sort of trying to get a feel, trying to find out some information. Are they stuck in the door beside each other? Is that what's happening? Oh, just had a little bit of trouble, but they finally get in through right there. They do have some time left, 43 seconds on the clock. MJ lurking around in the back, trying to catch some of the offensive side off guard, but they actually set up a nice crossfire here in the end. MJ going for that one, but gets taken out right here. The crossfire actually gets dismantled and fails, leaving Gramps all alone in a clutch situation. He's got to go in a 1v2 here. Has a sniper, will pull it out. Not going to get that shot off here, and he does have to work wonders here. The bomb going down. It's not going to be planned for him at all. Nowhere near close. Trying to get some shots through the wall. Not going to land that one. Close as it was. Will not be the case though. The Molotov will be actually utilized really, really well to prevent Gramps from pushing in. Now pulling out an SMG, trying to get closer into the site. Gramps will bring back his sniper rifle out, not finding any heads to pop just at the meantime, but we'll be checking that corner. Does it nicely, but that crossfire was so nicely set up. Will deny that clutch attempt, and it's going to be 4-1 at the moment here for Tribe.
I like that he switched out at the end there, Gramps, to a rifle, because really you do not want to be retaking in a 2v1 against with a sniper rifle, and so good job there to switch out. He's going to drop a trophy system here towards the blue vans, and he's going to hold quite an off angle, not able to find a frag, but MJ will find his own with a frag grenade, quite aptly named. He's looking here towards the gas station, and Gramps will find a frag on Nero. So that's now a really good start here for Tragik, able to find 2 opening picks. They're going to seem to be moving their way here at the side switch towards the B site, but not going to go for the plant just yet. Marshy able to find the frag of his own. Bolo able to find a double kill to find MJ and Avid, however you might say it. Cloud here. He's right, actually, he's in a good position to cut off both the rotation into A and into B from the back of it, and Gramps will find the second frag this time in the round. He's going to find Cloud. And Bolu, the last one left alive here in a 1v2. So Bolu, it's all on his shoulders here for Tribe to maintain their lead and not let Tragik half whatever score that really Tribe has been building up towards.
He has a little bit of time here. So Bolo going with that Cordite this time, but the bomb will now be planted. He does somehow manage to find himself in a bad spot here, very far removed from the situation. The bomb's not planted anywhere near him at all. And Gramps having that sniper in this situation is actually quite a bit of an advantage. He does have 30 seconds left, so he will be going for this, going for that long flank in the end. So trying to find some information, doesn't really see anybody at the moment. I think he might be able to hear those footsteps. Yeah, jumping up onto that tank just to see if he can get a headshot in. Doesn't see anybody. Here's a shot on the footsteps though, running in, but will be denied. And that's another round here. That's one more finally for the side of, you know, Tragik. 2-4 on the attacking side, so this is much better from them. But remember guys, whoever's watching, attacking side is definitely favored on this map, so this is the opportunity to bring us leveled for the side of Tragik.
Yeah, I mean, they do have the deficit up, and that nade almost takes down Nero. He's taking down to half, and he's gonna wait that out to regenerate back on the full health, and he's back into the fight. They're making their way here to try and defend the A site for Tribe, and it's the right thing to do. The A site is like the most commonly planted site. Even when teams take control of B, they try not to plant on the B side, on the attacking side, even if they have control of it, just because it's so hard to hold and to plant in the first place. And so it would rather try and get map control here for the A site instead, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Tribe know this, and they're going to stack A site entirely. They're going to be playing actually here from the bakery backyard, which is right beside the warehouses, and the bomb will get planted down on B, a last resort, as they know that Tribe are going to be stacking on A. Now they're going to have to use all the utility that they can to try and deny any sort of a defuse coming in here to Bravo site, as no frags have been found either way yet. They're actually going to just hold off in a skirmish. Coming in here, Marshy's going to find a frag. Bolu, he's going to get traded out, and Tribe are able to get a double kill. Now it's going to be 2v4 left in the favor of Tribe, as Tragik still playing here from the convenience store, not having a good position to stop this. Defuse is going to finally go off, and Tribe will get that double kill at the end to top it all off as well. And they're already at match point.
Yeah, that was a little bit, you know, risky, that play from Tribe. Actually, they were all stacked up on one area, like one RPG, one rocket launcher would have done the trick here. And I think the risk of giving up that, you know, A site for the side of Tragik really didn't work out for them. I feel like they definitely should have been a little bit more affirmative with their map control. They lost so much in the end. But a good job on Tribe to be able to bring it back. Match point for them right now. One more point to seal the deal and bring us to game number 2. Can they close out the deal, or will Tragik hold on for a little bit longer? We'll have to find out here. I do think that the side of Tragik, they have to start taking the fight to Tribe. You know, they really they need to start doing a little bit better, especially now that they're on the attacking side, because they have been getting picked off by Tribe. They have been getting, outsmarted and out-rotated in the end. So we'll have to see a little bit more better play. And just like that, just exactly as I was saying, they have been getting picked off at the start of these rounds, and they've lost already Avid this early on, and it's a 4v5 just the same.
Tectonic there with a very quickly timed opening pick, and well, Tragik at the end of the last round, if they had any sort of like area denial or explosives to really deal with that, if they had a Molotov or a frag grenade, C4, rocket launcher, anything of the sort, they could have stopped that defense from happening. So maybe that's a lesson to take into account. Try and hold on to your utility a bit later into the round so that you can actually, you know, hold down the site just a bit more. Vest will find the frag, and well, Tribe have only lost a member here, and Tragik are down already to 2 players that's up alive. That's going to be MJ and Vest. MJ playing very aggressively here towards the tanker, and so not really going for the execute on A yet. They know that it's going to be cluttered with Tribe's members here. He's going to get caught out in the open. Bolu's going to find that frag. Nero is going to find a second, and that's going to be map number 1 here for Tribe. They take it very swiftly, 6-2.
What a great read right there by Tribe to stack all the remaining members onto A, not taking any chances right there. So what they did in that situation was they put literally all their eggs in one basket and say, okay, if they go to A, we'll be ready for it. There's only 2 members left anyway. And if they decide to go to B, we're just going to retake it because we have the numbers advantage and we know that they're capable of winning those fights and those trades. So really good play here from Tribe, showing their expertise, not just in terms of getting those gunfights, in terms of getting those aim duels, but they also show their expertise, playing tactics here. And this is what we're looking forward to seeing in a more experienced team, just like Tribe. So hope to see a little bit more from them a little bit in the second game. But for Tragik, however, tragic as it is, they ended up really falling short here in that first map. Got a couple of rounds in, but ended up losing to the pick games for the side of Tribe, unfortunately for them. But let's talk about game number 2. We do have game number 2 on our hands coming up right here, Black and Blue. It's going to be none other than Hardpoint. So what do you think Tragik has to do to get into this game?
Well, in the last one, Tragik were losing early picks a lot, and it hurts a lot more in a game mode like Search and Destroy. When you do lose a man, there's no respawn to really try and get back into this. So what can they do to switch things up? Are we going to be playing once again on Crash? I believe so. Okay, so if they're going to be spawning on top, the one, I think, angle that they really have to take really quickly is going to be back alley, or on Search and Destroy, it's B long. And I think, just saying that, you guys know it, it's that long alley that goes right in through from one side of the map to the other side. And why is that? Well, because it pretty much has like most of the connectors that you'd want to see in a typical, FPS map, and especially Call of Duty map. And in that case, you have the entrance in the mid into the pillars, you have the entrance onto the top of the cafe and the restaurant, and so from there you get a lot of control just by holding that one single alley. If Tragik can hold on to that, if they get the top spawn, then they're going to be in a favorable position to then move on to hold blue, and which is going to hold the entirety of mid. And once you have mid on Crash in your favor from blue, you can get to hold down pillars, you can get to hold down anything adjacent and opposing to it. It's to be a very strong position. Now, if they spawn at the bottom of Crash, which I think is the harder place to spawn, yes, you will be able to take control of the 3-story tower a lot quicker and a lot easier, but tower is, I think, kind of an overrated position. It's not that strong of a position to be holding in the first place, and in that case, well, they're gonna have a bit of a harder time to try and take this map number 2 versus Tribes.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be an uphill battle, especially with what we've seen earlier from Tribe, because Tribe seems like a team who knows when to cut their losses, and that's what you really need to see and do coming into a map like Hardpoint time and time again, just like what we saw in the previous game. Teams for a lot of the times don't know when to cut losses, always going into those hard points without really any plan of action or executing together. This is not one of those games. We're in the superstar bracket here. We're expecting to see players know when to give up a hard point, when to just go for the next one, try to get more map control in order to get the next hard point, and I think that's definitely what we will be seeing. But let's go into really quick. We actually didn't make any predictions coming into this, so I'll get to this right now in the second match. How do you think these next 2 are going to go, Black and Blue? I'll start with you first, and then I'll do mine.
Honestly, I want Tragik to come back, but at the end of it, I still think Tribe are going to come away with this. Map number 2, I'm just going to say it. I think Tribe are going to take this 2-0.
Yeah, I was gonna disagree with you, but then I thought better. Maybe not. No, I don't. Tragik, they had a really great performance in the previous tournament in laser tag, but obviously that was a very different structured tournament. They played really well, but this is against Tribe now, so this is definitely a different beast entirely.
If they named themselves Fortune, maybe they'd come out with better results at the end of this. But we're gonna see. Obviously, they have a good chance to disprove us and really show what they're made of. Still waiting for things to kick into action, and I believe as the lobby is getting readied up, we're about to kick into the second game in just a second. And here we go. Stinger, look at that transition. Very nice.
Yeah, in fact, it is here where we find ourselves the second game of the second series, 2-for-2 right now, as we find ourselves in the tournament, Sax's Game Houses Battle of Gamers. Tragik currently on the back foot, 0-1 against Tribe. Not really a surprise here, but we might see a change of storyline in Hardpoint. We've seen some crazy comebacks happening on this game mode, in this map in particular. Maybe we'll see it again. I think that Tragik is much more familiar with the playstyle of this kind of game mode, so I do think it'll be much more interesting to watch this time. But Vest looking for that spray down, unfortunately just not getting it. Cloud taking 2 for himself, and that's definitely going to give an early advantage here for Tribe as they look for that first cap. They do actually get control over that hard point early on, already 7 points on the board, and no one really to contest on the other side.
Well, Tribe are playing here from the bottom of mid, and so they do have a good sightline into the hard point. Same can be said here for Tragik, as they're losing members quite quickly, and they still have not regrouped to try and really face Tribes here. As Tribes do have a early 30-point lead. Tragik going to be losing members quite quickly, and, well, they're just sprawling all throughout mid here, Tribe, and it's posing a lot of problems for Tragik to try and regroup and even retake the hard point here. Now, Bolu does finally go down there after his tirade towards mid. And Tragik, Vest, he's going to be wrapping around here through back alley. Does spot out a member for Tribe, so he's going to try and jump in through the back alleys as well. And as Bolu is able to find a frag, Tribe are just entirely dominating right now.
Bolu, I think he just got like 4 or 5 kills in a row. That's absolutely insane. Definitely going to be building up those kill streaks right here. And Nero looking for that long-range spray down. Not going to happen with the Cordite, but he's going to go for it anyway. Now currently in possession of this hard point, very, very significantly, very, very confidently. So Bolu is demolishing anybody who dares come near him, except for that double peek right there coming up from Tragik, though. They finally deny a little bit of points, but it may be too little too late, because 84-0 is the scoreline. The next hard point will be coming up. This is a point that Tragik desperately need here, but it's already taken by the side of, by the side of Tribe. They will be controlling it immediately. Putting out that Molotov this quickly on to deny anybody to try and take it from them. Nobody can really come and try. And look at Avid from the stairs doing the best that he can just to secure that, just to deny some more points, but there's just no backup coming in, and he's alone here onto this site. Does find one before he goes down, but everybody else from the side of Tribe ready and waiting to take that site back.
Very valiant effort by Avid. He does find a double kill before going down once again, but in this case, you're going to finally be able to retake the hard point here. 20 seconds left on it, and they're going to be able to build up at least a few points, but really, they don't have the best control over it, and they're going to be giving it up now as they try to take map control instead. The bottom spawn coming in here for Tribes, and you can see their Cloud able to fend himself off, able to get a double kill. Marshy, Annihilator in hand, and he's going to be able to really scare off the other members there from Tragik, as he does have the Annihilator. Nero able to find a frag, and Marshy is able to find his second now with that Annihilator. He's really pushing up here from the bottom spawn here, Tribe, and, well, as they have control of the hard point, they're pretty much 20 points away from really taking map number 2 here. It does seem like to be the end of the story here, almost, for Tragik, as time is ticking. The points are slowly getting to their marker, and, well, Marshy, very valiant effort by him to really hold on to this, but at the end of it, Tribe are going to take map number 2.
Yeah.
The series at a quick 2-0.
Decisively, 150-6. This is the most, this is stompiest of the stompiest games that I've seen in this entire tournament here. Just showing that Tribe absolutely dominant, a force to be reckoned with. Bolu insane right now. He was just lighting up the server left and right, locking down those hard points. Nobody could really get that close to him, and when they did, by the time that they actually managed to take Bolu down within those hard points, he had already taken out 2 or 3 with him, and by that time, the rest of the members from Tribe had already respawned, ready to retake the site, and was just a thorn in the side for, Tragik. And Tragik as it is, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to them. They will be eliminated from this tournament. Tribe will be advancing and showing us exactly why they are the dominant team here in this tournament. We'll find out if their victories will be able to continue as we go deeper and deeper into the tournament. We will be going into the quarterfinals in the next coming days. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But before we go into a really quick break, I do want to ask you, Black and Blue.
Yeah.
We have one more match coming up right in front of us, and it's going to be the third series of the day. And it could be a much more, a much closer one with teams that we're already, quite familiar with. Let me just pull that up real quick. We do have the information for you. Let's take a look at the bracket, and yeah, we see it on our screens.
Yep.
So we do have Knives Only versus Arsenal. Do you want to talk about these teams real quick before we go into break?
Yeah, so Arsenal, especially, that we are more familiar with, these guys have been playing like super confident lately. They've been super amazing in how they've just been able to quickly switch up things from 0 to 100 in no time. They're a team that has been recently also adding new players to their lineup, and we saw how that went there for Fierce, but we're going to see if it's going to turn out a bit better here for Arsenal. And so, would you like to expound on what we really know here for the for Team Knives Only? Maybe, well, if you're gonna stick to their name, then that's gonna be quite a challenge.
Yeah, that's difficult, but maybe less difficult on maps like Hardpoint when it's very viable to go for those melee kills. But we'll break it down a little bit more for the audience when we come back. We do have to take a short break. It's gonna be real quick, but when we come back, it's gonna be the third series of the day here at Stax's Gamehouse Battle of Gamers. The Superstar bracket is what we're currently watching, so don't go anywhere. More Superstar action when we return from this. Don't go anywhere. We'll return in a second.
Into the lesser fight, my body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. Weakness comes and goes, it goes, it goes. My weakness echoes in my soul. Oh, it echoes in my soul. My weakness comes and goes, it goes, it goes.
And welcome back to Stax' Game House. It's the Battle of Gamers. We just saw the absolute decimation of Tragik at the hands of none other than Tribe. It was quite the tragedy through and through. It was 150 to what, like something like 7 points in the end of the second map. Not exactly what we expected to see coming up from Tragik, who has been more of an up-and-comer lately. But just the old dogs, the superstars, really showing us what they're made of and why they're the favorites in this tournament. But before we talk about that anymore, I want to introduce ourselves. My name is Illustrado, and joining me today on this desk, my co-caster, Black and Blue, absolutely fantastic person right here. Amazing caster, how are you doing today? We have got another great game on our hands. Let's talk about that upcoming game. What do you think about this next matchup that we have on our hands? It's going to be one heck of a fight.
I'm really excited. If you guys aren't familiar with who's going to be fighting, well, it's going to be Arsenal versus Knives Only, and that's quite a contrast of two teams, because while Arsenal have a full arsenal to really work with coming into this game and this series, Knives Only are a team that really, as much as possible, try to stick true to their name, and so we might actually just see a knife fight here versus, something knife versus gun,
Yeah, you don't never take a knife to a gunfight. But there is something interesting about this. They're actually one of the only teams in NA who do pull through with their name and go for those knife only, strategies. And I think it's kind of memey, it's kind of cheesy. But if it works for them, it works for them. If they've managed to find themselves this far into the superstar bracket, there must be a reason. And I'm so excited to see it. I haven't casted with these guys before. And so I'm looking forward to see what they've got. This is very viable, I think, when you're going to maps like, Hardpoint, and might be a little bit more doable on firing range and domination. So we'll see if it plays out for them. Otherwise, it's could be a very lopsided. Very difficult to see that working out for them in maps like Search and Destroy, where information is very, very crucial. And, hiding in corners, waiting to knife somebody isn't exactly the best game plan on the defensive side, but who knows, we could be proven wrong here. It is the third game of the series, and if you want to know sort of a little bit more of our schedule, we do have a lot more games coming up for you, not just today, but for the rest of the week as well. It's going to be Knives Only versus Arsenal up next, followed by Ace of Spades versus Celestial. We'll pull up the bracket really quickly on your screens right now, just so that you can see what's going on later on the day. So let's break it down a little bit. So you see Ascendancy actually winning that match against Diamonds in the first half. Yukio Esports coming up ahead as well. Ascension advancing, and Easy Money also have qualified. Now, on our side, on the Superstars, Seminal and Tribe advancing themselves, and we're going to see the rest of the matches play out today, starting from now on. Looking at this bracket right here, it is actually pretty jacked on the Superstar side, but I do want to ask you real quick, because we're just about to dive into this match. Do you think this knife strategy will work out for Knives Only?
I want to see it work. Honestly, I really want them to really come out, especially in map number 2 and 3. To really get those knife kills in, and it's going to be such a story to see mostly knife kills work out in the favor of Knives Only here and really come out on top if it does work out in the end. We're going to get map number 1 started here, though, once again, Search and Destroy, as we have been doing all day. And as well, Knives Only, they do oh my gosh, they really do have their melee weapons ready at hand. They're all just walking out. Samurai swords, knives, and a tomahawk here for vibes. They're gonna make it happen. No way. No way is this working. They're already down here 2 members for oh my gosh, I can't believe this is actually working, man, for Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal, they have actually lost 2 players this early on. Now it's brought to a 2v3 situation. Nightpoint creeping in, looking out. Oh, will get denied that knife, actually, but Vibe somehow manages to pick up 1. Now it's a 1v1 situation. How is this even happening on Search and Destroy? Evil Sniper versus a katana. Let's see how this plays out, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute left on the clock, and Knives really looking to fight. I think he hears the footsteps, has an idea where Evil might be. Oh my god, I don't even know how this is gonna play out here. They're just looking for each other. They're looking for that. Oh no! He missed it. So close, though. Knives just an inch away, and he would have gotten that kill. Yeah. So 1-0 right now for the side of Arsenal.
a step further and he would have been in range to land that. Unfortunately not. You know, these knives only guys strike me as the type of players who like to go for challenge runs a lot, you know, in games. They're trying to go for like the hardest way they can play this, maybe play it without getting hit, or just generally trying to have fun with the game, and of course, doing pretty well at it too. These guys are really just going at it all with their melee weapons, and Vague is the last one left alive in a 4v1. What is happening? Why is this? Why is this real? Is this real? Are we still asleep?
Am I by any chance dreaming? I'm gonna pinch myself right now because this is actually working. This is a 1-1 scoreline with knives only actually utilizing just melee weapons. They picked up, I think, a sniper at some point, but really they weren't really lingering on that too much. But knives here looking to get through. Rebel will be taken down here. Shabong as well, but they find Xempi in response. So now everybody dropping on the side of knives only. Night Void and knives left standing here. 4v2 situation. A little bit of trouble here as main Mike does get the pick off onto Vibes, and knives only left standing with a katana. Bomb will now finally go down. 1 minute and 25 seconds left in the round, and he has 45 seconds to defuse it. This is going to be a hard task.
Heads up, team.
Katana in hand, and that's all that Knives has got to work with here. Close out the M4, and well, he's gonna eventually get found by main Mike.
Yeah.
And, well, they were able to get a first round at least in their pocket. So going down 2-1 ain't too bad here. It seems like that Arsenal have finally adjusted to their playstyle. You can see them there. Instead of getting too aggressive, they're gonna fall back and hold the long sight lines instead. But well, Knives only know that they're gonna use smoke in their favor.
No way. What are they trying to do here? There are all these smoke coming in. It looks like it's looking like it's going to be an execution coming up here. And Rebel actually does get the pick off onto Asta. And that's another melee coming out. Night Void manages to find main Mike. Rebel lurking out here in the background, looking to find some. Does actually throw out his knife, looking for something. Doesn't find a kill, but they've somehow managed to find themselves in a 3v3 situation. No bomb plant just coming up. Just in the meantime, though, the fence is tight and vaguely getting that spray down. Not going to land it, though, but Evil will find that kill on the Shabong, and it's Night Void in a bad spot. He will be traded, taken down, and it's another round here on the board for Arsenal, taking us to a 3-1 scoreline.
It seems like Arsenal have adjusted to what Knives only have been doing, and as you can see, you know, play a bit more conservative instead of trying to really push into any tight places. They know that's where Knives only, their members might just be hiding in this case. Smokes out towards mid, and you can try and see where they can get some cheeky frags in here. Knives only pushing right through the smoke. Main Mike, he has to be careful when he does that, pushing through a smoke. He might just get swarmed. He's able to find a frag here, able to find a second as well with a shotgun. Knives, he's gonna frag a frag in Evil, and he does not actually get away with it.
Oh, he almost gets it though, but there's 3 members surrounding him. Shabong he's the only man left alive here. Very, very close attempt right there with that knife, but doesn't actually get that. The movement was too good on the other side, though, but the bomb will finally now be planted. 43 seconds to defuse. And Katana versus the world. This is some Kill Bill stuff that we're seeing at the moment.
Who knows? We might have just seen the last samurai. Shed his wings here, and he's gonna be dodging it. Actually, he's weaving through those bullets. They're not even tagging him, just barely. He's actually gonna be playing here around the fountain, around the tanker as well. He's gonna drop down on the floor. Almost gets it. He gets sniped. He was actually gonna get counter knifed there. A bit of a melee battle, a duel of fisticuffs, but in the end, it's gonna come down 1-4 in the favor of Arsenal.
Yeah, actually, see, the thing is, I think Knives only comes into this game mode knowing full well that they're most likely going to lose it, because this is really not a game mode where melee only shines. So I'd like to see what they have coming into the next game, where I think it's much more viable to go for those melee kills, especially in maps like Hardpoint, when everybody's close together and you can just have you know the time of your life with that melee. Actually,
true, in a mosh pit of chaos that the respawn game modes tend to be. That's the type of game mode that might facilitate these melee weapons a bit more, as Evil's able to find the frag in the Night Void knives as well. To be down all to Shabong once again, katana in hand.
Yeah, it's another Katana versus the world. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Just side slips him.
behind him. That's absolutely gold. There's another one coming in. Why would you go into the building with somebody with a katana? Not exactly the best of idea, but he somehow managed to bring it into a 1v1 here. Very, very possible. The bomb is now going down. Golden opportunity for Shabong. How is he going to play this?
He has a 1v1. He's a throwing tomahawk in hand as well to try and land this. Will he? I would love to see it. He knows exactly where he is. Evil here, coming across the corner. He cannot round this corner as he might just get sideswiped, just as his teammates have. Shabong gonna wrap around instead, and he knows he doesn't have to play this aggressively. He has a Molotov in hand. Okay, that has been around since the dawn of time. It can be used.
Oh, he's gonna defuse it.
He actually will.
He just gets the defuse and the Molotov. The Molotov just wasn't really in the right spot there. Rather unfortunate. I thought he had that as well with the Molotov coming out, but just doesn't get it right. This doesn't get the angle on the Molotov to be able to lock down that plant. And it wasn't planted for him either, so even if he wanted to, he wouldn't have been able to close that gap.
Is it wrong that we're low-key kind of, rooting for?
I'm not low-key rooting for them. I'm like high-key rooting for this right now. This is so exciting. I've never seen this before. It's, oh my god. This is actually
he's stuck. Door's stuck. Well, Mike's able to find two, and that seems like to be shutting down the dreams of Knives Only to bring it back here on Search and Destroy, which we kind of expected anyways. They had a bit of hope there in the first round and the previous one too, but
oh
my god,
Knives! This is actually insane. Oh, he finds another one somehow.
He finds three. Vey goes down, and it's a 2v1 situation. If you can find the isolation once again on the close range, and Knives might just be able to bring it to a 1v1.
Oh, but he's getting flanked right now. I think there's somebody right behind this corner. Evil and XMP lurking around onto the A side here, and Knives just looking for some information, looking to get that pick off. Gets spotted, brings out a Molotov, throws it out right there just to deny getting shot in the back. And so now he has information on where they are, though. Now creeping in, just trying to get that pick off, but they're too close to each other.
He's weaving.
Jumping and weaving, and that absolutely amazing movement coming in here from Knives. Look, it's so close. Oh, crouching, proning, able to somehow survive! And that's going to be another kill. It's a 1v1. He gets tagged somehow, will be able to heal himself, does pull out the UAV, and I think he's going to he's going to pull this off. He's going to get the defuse. Oh, no, sorry. He's out. Yeah, he has 12 seconds left on the clock. 12 seconds left on the clock. He does have to commit to this. Bomb plant will come out right here, and let's see what he can do with it.
The melee ace. Potentially about to come in here with a clutch as well. He puts the bot out, and he's going to be chasing as well to try and buy him some time. He's going to get this. I believe so. He's going to.
No way!
He gets the clutch ace with the katana, the last samurai, the real ghost of Tsushima coming in here.
What did I just see? Did I just see? Oh my god! What?
Only at Stacks Game House, everybody.
That was sick. That was disgusting. That was absolutely brutal. How do you get away with that? I have no words. I have absolutely zero words.
Clip it.
Targets in sight.
That I just have no idea what to say because that play was just insane right here. I mean, that's 100% worth. And oh my god, Knives, what are you doing, man? He just gets one. He spots another one. Oh, dude.
He's about to do it again.
This is very impressive. But the proximity gets taken out right there.
Well, there's another one too.
That's the end of the game. I'm totally happy with that result. That's honestly probably more than anybody could have expected coming into Search and Destroy with a melee only squad. And I was honestly expecting them to switch into guns at some point, but no, they really stuck to their knives, not stuck to their guns because they didn't at all. They really stuck to their knives out there and made it work. They won 2 crazy rounds, and really the movement. It's just absolutely insane from these guys.
That was insane. He was crossing him over like it was Allen Iverson. He was just bobbing, weaving left and right, and I don't know how he found that 4th frag with just great movement and to do it as well, especially here in Call of Duty Mobile. on a mobile device is very, very hard. And wow, that's some of the best movement I've seen in Call of Duty Mobile in a long, long time, honestly.
Yeah, I actually don't think I've seen better. That's just insane.
Yeah.
Like the way that he survives, the timing of like the crouch, and the prone, they know what they're doing. These guys know what's up, and I look forward so much to see Hardpoint. I am willing to say that I think that there's actually a really good chance that we're gonna see a third map here. And if we do get to a third map, Domination, I think, is going to go really quite well for Knives Only. I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm saying this. Back behind the scenes, we were talking to Stacks backstage, and we're like, "Yo, are these guys like for reals going to go Knives Only?" And he's like, "Yeah, they're going to go for Knives Only. That's what they do. They're one of the only clans in North America that does this." And I was like, "No way!" But now I am a believer.
I didn't believe it when I saw it. Before I saw it, rather, when Stacks told us like, yeah, they're gonna play with Knives Only, I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna start, round 1 off, round 2, then they're eventually gonna switch off to the M4s, the rifles, the SMG, sniper.
Nope.
No, they just stuck with it, dude. That's all it's not even a gimmick at this point because it works.
That was legit. That was legit. I'm not even kidding. That was legit. I mean, the thing, Search and Destroy is obviously brutal for that. So
how do you dry run that?
you don't. You just like, let's just go ahead and knife people. We're really good at jumping around and being ninjas, and I think we'll stick to our knives out there. And it really worked out for them. The tomahawks, the throwing knives. It really, really made us believers. I didn't believe it. That was insane. But I hope to see that. I hope to see more coming into the second map. But speaking of the second map here, what do you think, Black and Blue? How do you think the second map is going to go for the side of Knives Only? Is it going to be more viable? Is it going to work out? What do you think?
No bias. Just kidding, low key. But Knives Only, honestly. I really think that there's a good chance that we're going to go into domination on map 3. And so with Hardpoint, think of it this way. We're going to be playing Hardpoint on Crash, right? Imagine if the point is in one of the very, very claustrophobic buildings. You're going to have at least 2 members for Knives Only if they do get the Hardpoint inside that, and you're just going to be swiping away at anybody who comes through the door. There's no way you can stop that without using utility or nades or kill streaks. And then you're going to have the other 3 members just running around crazy outside like a madman, and nobody wants to run into that insane clown with a machete. And in that case, man, I really think Knives Only have a good chance of taking map number 2.
Yeah, well, what about you guys, ladies and gentlemen? Whoever is watching at home, tell us what you think. You think Knives Only's got a shot? You think they can actually take down Arsenal in this game number 2? Let us know. We'll be reading them out. I do want to know what the members, what the audience has to say about this, because this is absolutely insane and so exciting to watch here. And of course, make sure to support, like, and subscribe Stacks' Game House on Twitter, Instagram, and as well as on YouTube if you're watching this right now. So we're going to get ready to dive into game number 2. Here we go. We're just about to start. And I, for one, am going to make a prediction myself. I think we're going to see game number 3. No bias, high-key bias. But I do think that we will see a game number 3. I think Domination's going to be a little bit more balanced, whereas I think Hardpoint is going to be a little bit more favored towards Knives Only, if I dare say that myself, Whew, this is going to be one heck of a trip, man. I never thought I'd see this here. Only here at Stacks' Game House Battle for Gamers.
Yep, that's exactly why, guys. Should like and share the stream. Of course, every bit of support is gonna make the chances of even us hosting and having even more tournaments that much higher. And so we're going now to Crash Knives Only versus a full Arsenal. What can we see?
Yeah, well, they're already pulling out the snipers right here. There's 2 snipers coming up right here. And rifles all across the board for the side of Arsenal. Meanwhile, on the other hand, we see some rifles coming up for our Knives Only, but we know that those are all for show. They're not really going to use those exactly, They're display weapons. But yeah, heading on over. Early control here. For the side of, Arsenal, they already have control over one side, but quick kills already happen in here. Asta and Evil chiming in with kills of their own, Knives chiming in with 1, but they'll get traded out immediately. No control over any point whatsoever. For the side of Knives Only, they are struggling at the moment, but a quick knife kill right there from Rebel, sliding in to get that kill. Absolutely beautifully done, but will get knifed himself in the end, I think. And then Vade coming in with a rocket launcher kill himself. It's not very close at this point, but I think there's a lot of good opportunities opportunity for them to come back into it.
Yeah, they have to try and utilize the same things that they were doing on map number 1 here if Knives only really want to come back at it. Evil making the great adjustment to switch on over to the shotgun. Instead, he knows they're going to be rushing him up close, and that's the only way he's going to have a decent fight. I mean, like, we'll find a frag that way, and as I was saying, if Knives only can utilize, like, their smokes here coming in here, that was a great job. Why didn't take damage from that?
But
they can perhaps, you know, bring things back up if they can use the smokes and the flashes utility to try and bring things back. Because for now, it's not quite the very dominant performance being shown here by Arsenal, and it seems like Knives only are quite struggling to get running out of the gate.
Yeah, and I don't think they haven't really found much success. They've been finding kills left and right. Unfortunately for them, they haven't found much success in terms of actually controlling any points whatsoever. But it really just comes with the territory of getting picked off with those guns. There's a lot of shotguns coming in here, and you know, Knives only, they haven't really found that kind of success, just like in the earlier part of the game.
Well,
Nightboy
just
get
found
3 though.
a triple actually, you're right. And that might just be the stop that they needed. They finally do take control of the hard point here, and this is exactly what they should have been banking on. Oh, Rebel will go down, and Shaban will find the fragments of Molotov here by Astra. Yeah, Astra, find double kill, and this is what they were trying to kind of bank on your Knives only, as if they had the hard point up close, then they can really just work with the range that they've got. But in this case, a great retake from Arsenal.
Yeah. No, yeah, they're not even really able to, you know, lock down those sites. The kill streaks are really doing work for the side of Arsenal, whether it's finding out where they are with the UAVs or getting those Molotovs in. They're just preventing, you know, Knives only from getting close to them at all, and I think that's really been the struggle here. So I guess both of us are unfortunately wrong. I don't think we'll be seeing a game number 3 here, but it's a valiant effort coming up from the side from Knives only. I think, that's a good kill though, but it's a nice consolation prize.
Yeah, Shabong getting that kill, who is the clan leader, by the way, of Knives only, so big props to him for really, you know, starting this all out and getting this movement going, and well, really getting as far as they have. Just a nice plan. I love it. You know, why not have fun as well?
Yeah, I'd join this class for sure.
I would join this class.
For sure. If I played in NA, I'd totally be playing with Knives only. That's dope, you know. But unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be a victory here for Knives only. Already 125-30, so some progress being made. It's not a wash. It's not like a complete shutdown. They actually have managed to find some score. They have managed to find some points here, but I think it might be a little too late. 4 minutes left, and I don't really see them retaking this point.
Yeah, with, well, 10 points left remaining before to this game. It seems like Arsenal are going to probably take this one, most definitely. While Knives only do Rebel
through the smoke. That's disgusting.
Night Void finds a double as well. They did have control of the hard point for a while, but it's going to be retaken by Arsenal. And well, very valiant effort by Knives only, but for our most unique team here in the tournament, they're going to get removed here by Arsenal. Seems like at the end of the day, having the bigger cabinet and selection of weapons will prevail true, and it's going to win them this series.
Yeah, Knives only will be eliminated, and big congratulations to Arsenal. They will advance into the quarterfinals. We'll be seeing a little bit more from them a little later on in terms of the tournament. We do have some more games coming up for you guys, so don't worry. We still got more Call of Duty mobile action. We have one more series coming up for you, and it's going to be the last series of the day. So make sure to stay tuned in for that. We're not done just yet. Just when you think that this is the final game, there's going to be more hot action coming in your way. And it's going to be an exciting one. So let's talk a little bit about what we've got upcoming in terms of the schedule, right? So we do have one more match, and that's going to be Ace of Spades versus Celestial. And if you want to find out more about the tournament itself, today is the Superstars bracket. Tomorrow, we're going to be returning to the Rising Amateurs. It's going to be the Rising Amateurs quarterfinals starting at 9 p.m. EST. That's happening 9 p.m. EST is for all of the days. We're going to be starting at 9 p.m. EST every single day. And right after that, it's going to be the semifinals on August 15th, and August 16th, it's going to be the grand finals itself. So much exciting news here. But before we continue, let's take a quick look at the bracket and see where exactly we're going to be heading. As you can see right now, we see Arsenal advancing into the quarterfinals. Tribe as well will be waiting for them, maybe, and Seminal as well. On the other side, Rising Amateurs will be populated by Ascendancy, Yukio Esports, Ascension, and Easy Money.
Yes, guys. Well, we have lots more games to come in. I believe we're going to go into a break soon. But, of course, guys, we just had a very exciting game. Do show and share lots of love here to Knives Only in the official Stacks Game House Discord. So, guys, we're going to cut into a short break, I do believe, in just a second. So, once again, I'm Black and Blue, 2 colors, 1 man, Illustrado, 1 beast of a man right beside me. And we're going to come back to you guys in just a second. Short break coming up in a bit.
Giving the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
goes so fast, all tied up like a captive. I want you. Used to pit in my mind like standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I know my patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger, making me stronger, Ain't no luck finding real love. Gotta know where to look. Time moves fast, and I've grown up. Yeah, I want to. Used to pit in my mind like standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I know my patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger, making me What can I do to make you stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger, making me stronger.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. Harder, harder. I fell where my demons dwell. My own little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well, it's time to get back up, climbing and climbing. I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my style. Darling, where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time stood still, a king without his crown. Now I'm breaking and you're faking, girl. You never made a sound. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. Harder, harder.
And welcome back to Stax' Game House. We're here at the 5v5 Battle of Gamers event where teams competing for a $600 total prize pool will be heading off, and it's going to be the rising amateurs versus the superstars going head-to-head later on in the tournament. This is, of course, currently the superstars bracket where we just saw Knives Only getting absolutely decimated in a firefight by Arsenal. And to bring you that stuff here today, we're going to be your storytellers. My name is Illustrato, and joining me is Black and Blue here in Stax' Game House Battle of Gamers. But let's talk about the event real quick before we get into it. So if you want to find out more about the event, this is day number 2, and we're going to have absolutely so much more fun. It's going to be another day of the Rising Amateurs tomorrow. Round 2 is quarterfinals for superstars on the day after. That's on the 9th, and on the 15th, it's going to be the semifinals, and on the 16th, it's going to be the grand finals. Black and Blue, we've got a lot more Call of Duty mobile action here coming up, especially with this next matchup, which is definitely going to be absolutely lit. So let's talk about that a little bit. I know that you wanted to say a few things about these teams, so let's go into the bracket and talk about that a little bit for just a smidgen. So Black and Blue, what do you know? What do you think about these two teams? We got Ace of Spades and we got Celestial coming up.
Yeah, so for our last game of the day, as you said, Ace of Spades versus Celestial. So Ace of Spades, right? They are a team that is probably most known for here at the Stax Game House tournament for being the winner of the laser tag tourney. But you know, they're not like they're not one of the more well-known teams as some of the teams that we do have, you know, like Tribe, like Fierce, like, you know, Tragik and whatnot. But they are definitely a formidable team. They made it this far, and they do have good chances of progressing on further. Now their opponents, Celestial, they're actually a group of different players from different known clans in the scene in the region too, and so they're kind of like different players from different clans who summed up together, boarded up all together, and now have started their own team. And well, these guys are very well experienced from the different clans that they've come from, the different tribes, to use another word, that they've come from. And so with them coming in together, they're also a team that is like, you know, when you bring this much experience from this many different vectors and angles of play, then you can kind of reach for the stars here, Celestial, as they have so much experience to be rounded out all throughout these different members. Even though they were quite recently formed, they're not like the longest team that's been here, but they have been a team that, you know, even with their other clans, have gained that experience and that knowledge that they do need to progress on further in the tournament.
Yeah, and you mentioned that they actually have multiple playstyles. I'm looking forward to seeing that, you know, coming up, especially because you come up with these different clans that have different playstyles, that have different, you know, unique ways of playing the game, sort of accumulating and, you know, amalgamating here into this match, into this kind of team, seeing maybe how they could perform. But let's find out exactly how they do that as we go and dive straight into the last series of the day. It's going to be the last one. Ace of Spades going up against none other than Celestial. Will they reach for the stars, or will they be like a falling star, or will they reach for the moon? We're about to find out here. Again, it's the last game. We're gonna go again once more into Search and Destroy.
Well, to start off here, Ace of Spades seem like to have quite a heavy defense here on the A side. 3 members who try and hold that down. For the side here, though, of Celestial, they're going here towards B instead. It seems like gas station, as they do hold it down. You're going to be taking the long wraparound and rotate to try and see if anything awry is happening towards the B side in terms of the defense being held by Ace of Spades. Now, Ace of Spades still do have all the cards in their hands for now, as Forbid does take a bit of damage, but he's going to fall back instead. Celestial, letting their positions known, and well, they're going to have to wrap around here towards the B side. Forbid is going to stop them and forbid them from pushing in from the B side for just a second. But Mason is going to find a double kill. Enemy contact. And that's going to bring it down to a 3 versus 3 situation, as Astral just swimmingly, starringly dashing in and out here, weaving through all the shots. CZ is going to find Sav, and that's now a 1 versus 3, all in the hands of Astral.
Yeah, Astral here looking for some information. I think he might be able to hear it. Yeah, just actually has that information, but will not win the duel in the end. Steezy actually picking that up, and that will net them that round. So it's going to be a 1-0 now for the side of Ace of Spades, starting off strong here. And one thing I noticed is that they actually have made a couple of roster changes. If I'm not mistaken, Bully has recently been inducted into this roster, as well as Mason YouTube. Not entirely sure because I don't think I've seen this before. But definitely I've seen Aimakusu before, Steezy and Forbid. They actually have played in the previous tournament, which was laser tag. So I'm looking to see what this new team brings up, what this new chemistry is going to bring to the table in this game here. Look at that shot.
Rez able to find the long-range angle there. He does move back on top of the hotel. Not able to land the second shot there in the Steezy. He does get tagged. He's going to be able to safely retreat with his life. Forbid. He's going to find the pick on Rez, and he might just find a second here. He's going to have to jump down from hotel because he's in a very dangerous spot, and he's finally going to get found by Retrospect. Looking back at it, he's going to find a double kill as well. In a 1v2 situation here for Retrospect, he's going to be able to at least, well, bring it down to a 1v4 with Steezy this time. Once again, will he be able to get the game and the round here, rather?
Targets in sight
for AOS.
A little bit awkward here, but spraying through the tank, not going to be piercing those, not going to be piercing that armor of a tank. Will somehow manage to escape with his life right here. In Retrospect, will, in hindsight, be going down, and probably would have thought better about going for that tank play, going for that rush. Did have some time on his side, though. He could have rotated, so I guess, in retrospect, he could have done something else, but maybe not. As we go into the second round, it's 2 now for Ace of Spades. They have picked up the second in a row, and that's going to build them some good momentum, especially on the defensive side, which is, the more difficult side on this map.
Ace of Spades here have a diamond of defense circled around the A site. Now, you can commit 3 members into it as you can see Celestial trying to make their way in. They're able to find a double kill in their favor here for Ace of Spades, and that's going to make it quite difficult for Celestial to try and push into the A site. The console does go down. Mason, YouTube, is able to find a frag of his own. Astral will find a frag here as well for Celestial, and that's going to at least open some things up from the previous black hole that they were facing. They do have a chance now, at least, if they can find Steezy here, especially. He's quite low. Retrospect will go down. It's on the hands of Astral, and, well, in 1v3, the odds are against him.
Yeah, one thing that's really sticking out for me for the side of, Celestial is that they really haven't been getting much map control in terms of mid. They've tried like maybe once, and then that sort of didn't work out for them because the crossfires for Ace of Spades has been really, really good. And just like this, they have been playing really well together as a team. Ace of Spades knowing when to rotate a member off of an A side, knowing when to go for a crossfire and maybe go for those trades as well, and to push on the defensive side. They have been showing some finesse and some intelligence here coming into search and destroy. I am thoroughly enjoying seeing that play, but I do want to see more mid control, some more aggression towards that mid for the side of Celestial, especially on a side like, especially on a map like this where mid control is absolutely crucial. You need to have control over the hotel area. You need to be able to look over and get those kills onto those tank players, but the snipers just haven't been prevailing for the side of Celestial at all.
Well, it's now a 4v4, and with them being on the attacking side, this actually does favor them, especially after, well, never mind, this Bully is able to find the pick on Rez, bring it now to a 4 versus 3 in the favor of AOS. But Forbid is able to tie things up just a bit. T3 is going to be the last one left alive here for Celestial, and he's going to get taken out up close and personal.
Wow.
Forbid stopping that from happening.
Yeah, this is a really complete denial of any kind of control for the side of, Celestial. They have been locked out of sights. They have been locked out of mid. There's nowhere that they can go. They tried going slow. That didn't work out for them. They tried going for some quick pushes onto A, but they were met with crossfires that they couldn't really break through, and it's really not working out in their favor. Finally, Astral, though, getting a pick, but will be traded out immediately right there. So now in a 3v3 situation, they actually have managed to find some progress, but what they do need is to convert these situations into rounds, but they just haven't been able to do that at all.
Yeah, the conversion of it into actual leading points has been quite of an issue here for Celestial, and so it's actually been Ace of Spades being able to do that. Retrospect, he's gonna be the last one left alive here for Celestial, and he really needs to get this round on the board, otherwise he's gonna be down 5-0 at match point, and that's not good. He's gonna be playing the sub here, and he's able to find a double kill at the end to finally get a round for Celestial, and now the stars have seemed to align there for just a bit. Will they continue on their orbit, or Celestial you have to give this one up? We're gonna see, but they're not gonna be on the defensive side. Let's hope for them that they can play this a bit differently, and that way for it to work out in their favor to make this a bit more of a competitive game so far. But it seems like Ace of Spades are making their way already towards the A site here.
Oh,
He Mine's gonna catch him out, actually, their bully, and he's gonna be removed from the equation early on here on round number 6.
yeah. I mean, I like the idea of going for that aggressive push there, but not expecting those trip mines to be, right there, getting punished. I like the idea of pushing through the smoke and maybe catching somebody off guard, but didn't expect that much resistance from the back of it, unfortunately for them. But Ace of Spades now finding themselves on the back foot. They actually have dropped 3 members, leaving it all up to Mason and Forbid. They do have some time on their hands, which is kind of like a blessing in disguise though, but they will need to find those quick picks right there. Forbid will get picked off from the side, leaving his teammate Mason the sniper all alone in a clutch situation. It's now a 1v4. They pretty much know where he is. He's going to be swarmed from all angles here. It's going to be tough to do this, especially with a sniper. He's going to have to isolate those angles really well, but unable to do that. Will bring us to a 4-2 scoreline, now doing so much better. Celestial, they actually have managed to bring us to a closer scoreline, denying match point again from Ace of Spades.
I think that was a bit of a misplay there by Forbid to leave his teammate Mason alone. And Retrospect, found him at the end. Of course, hindsight is 2020, but it just wasn't the right play. 2 trophy systems here in the second floor of Hotel. They really want to hold this down. You can see here for Celestial, and see exactly that. Aspo rather, and so with Ace of Spades trying to hold down Hotel, you can see that they really want to take control there of the back rotation into A site. Now, Rez will find the frag, who's going to get the trade off on the bully after bully does find Aspo. It's going to be a 4 versus 3 as Mikasu is able to find Retrospect. He wishes he would have not pushed up so aggressively there, I guess, but well, in a 4v2, really here for Team Celestial. They are playing around A site, but they can't really get the plant off, as they know they're going to get swarmed as soon as that notification comes up here for Ace of Spades, and that's going to be the round now.
Yeah, match point right here coming up. Ace of Spades, they have managed to secure themselves that crucial point, applying so much pressure right now onto Celestial, who do look more like falling stars than anything at this point. And I think, if anything, they will really have to dig deep if they want to get back into this game, because at the moment, their map control, they're looking quite flat here. They're lacking the trades, they're lacking the map control, and they're really unable to secure themselves any kind of progress. Now, even when they do successfully take map control, they lose it quite immediately due to the trades or the crossfires coming from Ace of Spades. And we saw that happening with Hotel, with the middle of the map. They were just losing every single chance that they got. So nice shot right there from Retrospect. He definitely got that pick off, and this is what they need to start doing, controlling this part of the map, being a little bit more patient, being a little bit more delicate with how they control it and how they do. But and how they use this advantage that they have early on.
Well, 5-2. Their backs are against the wall, and this is exactly what they needed. They bring it to a 4 versus 2 situation with Steezy and Forbid, the last 2 left alive here for Ace of Spades. You can see Forbid gonna flank around through the gas station instead, as he knows that, he's actually going in through Hotel. They retrieve the bomb, and he's gonna file back out to the front of it, actually, here towards the B site. Of course, he's being very careful as his teammate does go down. He's going to be the last one left alive. Steezy has been removed. Forbid. Up to him here. Can he clutch it out? No, he won't. And Celestial stay floating in the stars in the heavens for just a bit.
Yeah, 5-3. They hang on somehow. And they have been really, hanging on here. Retrospect has been the thorn in the side of Ace of Spades ultimately he has been getting those kills. If you take a look at the kills right now, he has 11 on him. Sav having a little bit of a quiet game, only finding one kill at the moment. Not exactly the best performance from him just this moment, but a quick kill right there from Akusu. Forbid will go down as well. Mason will trade one in response, and it's suddenly all too soon a 2v3 situation. Retrospect will go down. He is the key player, the trump card for the side of Celestial, but not going to be able to survive much longer. It's Astral left in this 1v3 situation, looking for a spray down, but maybe not connecting in that situation right there, leading us to a victory for Ace of Spades. They will actually take this and now will go 1-0 in this series.
Well, I mean, they had the chance at the end there, Astro, at the 2v3, but in retrospect, going down, that was a thorn removed from the foot and from their sides, and so they're going to get the first map here, first round of our best of 3, going in the favor of Ace of Spades. And so, very valiant effort, though, shown there by Celestial, but in the end, Ace of Spades will get map number 1. We're going to see what they can do in map number 2. So, Ace of Spades, they've been actually quite compact in their play there. You didn't see them really try and divert too much from each other. Of course, they did have a route man to try and get the flanks, but otherwise, they played really compact, and we're going to see if they're going to bring that same exact philosophy of play back into map number 2. On Hardpoint, it's, quite different, but the philosophy of, trying to stick together instead of being more spread out does work if you can execute it properly, and so we're going to see how exactly that's going to come into play here in map number 2.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they bring to the table here. But Ace of Spades, the thing is, every time I see these guys, they got so much potential. Every time they come onto the map, they step up to the plate. They're really dominating everybody who goes up against them, because what I've noticed is that the way that they handle aggression is so good. They know how to play trades. They know how to play crossfires very effectively, and they're so good at knowing when to give up sights, when to fall back, and actually, how to cut losses, which is not a common sight, especially in this team, in this scene in general, because we know people like to go hard, they like to go aggressive, but I really enjoy how Ace of Spades are playing intelligent, playing passive and aggressive when they need to. So, hope to see more of that in the second match. But let's talk about Celestial a little bit. They seem to fall flat after securing the first couple of rounds in their favor. What do you think went wrong for them in that first game?
Well, I mean, for Celestial to start it all off, I think just losing the opening picks was a big point, and still, even when they had a chance to clutch it back, they weren't able to play off of each other and really get those clutch opportunities to really work out in their favor. And so we're going to see if that's going to come in there into round number 2. We're going to be back, guys, with just more Call of Duty Mobile, the second map of this after a short break. We'll be back in just a second. Do not go anywhere.
To the lesser fight, my body aches to be this fine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify comes and goes, it goes, it goes. My weakness echoes in my
All right, welcome back here. Stax' Game House, Battle of Gamers, game number 1, going decisively in the favor of none other than Ace of Spades. They were able to secure that map point very early on, denying so many rounds from Celestial, who absolutely failed to get more than, I think, 2 rounds on the board in that one, which was rather unfortunate, but it's going to be a different story. Hopefully, as we go into game number 2, which is going to be Hardpoint. So we'll see if things turn around. Let's ask Black and Blue real quick. What do you think about Hardpoint here? Do you think that Celestial will be doing better on this map? What do you think they got to do here? They got to turn up the heat. What is it exactly that we got to see from these boys here from Celestial to be able to come back here?
Yeah, obviously Celestial have to do a bit of an adjustment here coming into map number 2. It's going to be Hardpoint, so of course the game modes are going to be a lot different compared to map number 1. We're going to be playing once again on Crash, as we have been all day. And in this case, well, you really do want to take control of what I brought up earlier with the previous game, wherein you have to take control of B-long, or rather back alley, and if you don't, then you're going to have to take control of mid at least. Well, in reality, you take control of back alley, you have control of most of the map. At least you can get, you know, angles up and down, you can get a quick rotate to any part of the map that you really want.
Yeah.
In this case, though, we're going to be playing, once again, Ace of Spades versus Celestial. And honestly, I do think that Ace of Spades have a good chance of coming out on top of this, but we're going to see it really if it's going to pan out. Although, a quick and early start there by Celestial, but Ace of Spades are going to quickly capture that top.
Yep, right now Steezy going for that spray down. Will not find anybody just yet, but might get the pick off. Finally does close it on to T3. Not so much a Terminator right now, as he does actually secure good positioning. Now trying to look for some, but actually gets another spray down in response. Almost drops Rez, but will not be needing any form of resurrection at this point. Sav will, however, as Rez does actually find a double in her name. Oh, sorry, his name rather. Mason coming up, chiming in with a kill of his own. Will actually allow the side of Ace of Spades to control that point for just a little bit longer, but 4 seconds left on it. Let's see where it goes this time.
So, Hardpoint expires, and it's going to come up in just a second, and there it is. I can't actually see where it is, but you're going to see that at least Celestial here are taking it for themselves, trying to be it's actually being contested by both teams here. Bully is on it, and that's going to give some points here for Ace of Spades. It's right under tower on the bottom floor, and so both teams trying to wrestle control of it. T3 able to find a double kill there. Steezy able to find one of his own, and the UAV has been removed. Steezy, a triple kill though being found by him. Great hold here on the hard point, and he finds a 4K to close it all off. He's going to be taking lots of points into favor here now of Ace of Spades, and well, I'll tell you, if you're a gambling man, these are the guys to bet on right now. It does seem the Ace of Spades.
Yeah, Steezy coming up right there with a 4-kill spray down, triple spray down, and then finding a 4th one, just locking down the site. Sav chiming in, finally able to control that site, but could be a little too late as the next hard point actually coming out here, and they will actually have to relocate in just a second. Now 1 minute on the clock for this fresh point, and it looks like Celestial finally coming up right here with some control of their own. Will actually be denying that, but Rez right here trying to break through, actually trying to jump over, but not going to be able to find anything. But actually, if you take a look at Ace of Spades right now, they're going in together. 4 of them, every single one will be looking to try to contest this hard point at the moment. This looks like a better chance and execute. Molotovs coming out, but will actually be dropping right here. Makusu getting 2, if I'm not mistaken. Bully will be dropped as well, and Rez will actually go down in the end. Steezy somehow managing to continue his streak until he gets traded by Astral in the end. Now the point very much in control by Ace of Spades, 82-36 here. Not exactly the closest game, but blame it all on Steezy because he is currently lighting it up.
Yeah, early on into this hard point here at the bottom of the cafe.
No way.
Well, Up
Yeah.
and close and personal for Bid, able to find that frag. Retrospect, able to get the trade off at least onto Steezy. He's been insane so far here on map number 2. The Hardpoint is now here at the bottom of the house, and so early points being taken by Celestial, although it is trying to be wrestled away here by Ace of Spades, but they're going to hold on to it for now. Celestial able to get quite a few points coming their way here, at least to try and make this up. They are down 30 points still, but if they can hold on to this for the remainder of this half minute that is left, and as I say that, Ace of Spades are able to take control and wrestle it away from them. I was going to say they were going to be able to tie it all up at the end of this hard point, but it doesn't seem so, as Ace of Spades you rekindle their flame and, well, you bring the lead back up here, and they're pretty much spawn trapping Celestial here on top of the spawn, and so they have full control of this.
Yeah, it's absolutely brutal right now, 115 to 63, but looking like the hard point now in control by Celestial. They actually have managed to, somehow come back into this. It's still very much doable. We've seen crazier comebacks happen, and it's going to take a heroic, a Herculean effort to basically come back into this game, but I do think it's going to be possible right here. Point now being contested, 2 teams on it, trying to deny any more from Ace of Spades, but Ace of Spades will prevail. They actually have control over it. Not exactly very convincingly, however, and so there is a chance for a retake at the moment, but with 3 players holding strong right now in the hard point, I think this game might just be pretty much in the bag for Ace of Spades.
Yeah, I mean, look at the positions here by Celestial. They're quite far away. The bottom spawn, it's going to take him quite a long while to run up through mid and through back alley to even make it close to the point, and well, that is game number 2, map number 2 rather, and Ace of Spades do win this one with a quick straight flush.
Yeah, Ace of Spades, absolutely phenomenal right there. They come up and just absolutely dominate. Not really giving much opportunity for, Celestial to find their, North Star at all. They look lost the entire time. They had some, shining moments where they were actually able to, grab control, but never really able to hold on to, those hard points that they so desperately needed. And it sort of just ended up in a really bad situation. 150 to 76 was the final score. And it just, what do you got to say about the performance right there that we just saw?
Well, for Bid and Steezy especially have both been quite a big factor coming in here for Ace of Spades. Of course, T3 was able to chime in with a few frags. Astral had some good runs as well, even though he did not have that many kills at the end of it. The kills that he got were quite high impact, at least to try and, wrestle some points away. Sev as well, she did a very valiant effort into trying to hold on to that second point, the third point actually that we had in our map here on Crash. And so valiant effort by all the teams who were removed from contention today, but still we're gonna have more Call of Duty games to come up.
Yeah, I'm speaking of
for the next days.
Oh yeah, for sure. And speaking of upcoming days and upcoming Call of Duty games, let's take a quick look at the bracket and see where exactly we ended up after today. So as you can see, Diamonds taking a loss to Ascendancy. So it's Ascendancy, UQ, Esports, Ascension, Easy Money. We'll be finding more about them tomorrow when it comes to the Rising Amateurs bracket. That's going to be the next day, same time as usual, followed by the Superstar, Tribe, Arsenal, and none other than Ace of Spades. It's been one heck of a day, in fact, and we do have so much more Call of Duty mobile action coming up your way. So if you want to find out more about Stax' Game House, if you want to find out more about the tournaments, this is actually a tournament that's going to go all the way up to August 16th, when we're going to be having the grand finals. But before I continue, Black and Blue, let's talk about Stax' Game House really quick, what we want to achieve here. And this is kind of a place where, amateurs and pro gamers alike sort of come together to play and participate in tournaments and grow, right? So what do you think the impact of an organization like Stax' Game House is?
Well, I mean, if you talk to any pro player out there and you ask them, these players and the players that I've talked to who've participated in international tournaments, they've flown all over the world to just play on, they're all going to tell you, if you ask them, how do you start in the pro scene? How do you start being a pro player? And well, the answer is join tournaments. Join tournaments, you start. If you start from the grassroots, you move up to a tier 3, to a tier 2. Eventually, if you find yourself lucky enough and skillful enough to find yourself in tier 1 competitions, then you get there. But the base point of it all is you join tournaments, and Stacks Game House here is exactly the type of tournament that you want to try and, you know, hop into to try and get that experience. Every piece of tournament, every piece of mileage that you can get under your wings is going to help you so much more than anything that you can ever do in terms of experience. Aside from scrims, obviously, you do scrimmages, find a team, do scrimmages, but if you're trying to become a professional player, joining tournaments such as the ones here being hosted by Stacks Game House is the way to do it. It is the path to pro.
Yeah, and those grassroots approach, starting from the grassroots, it's always really the way to go, because you want your scene to flourish like on its own, right? Because you can simulate, esports growth in a country as much as you like, but it'll never be as good as when it grows on its own with communities developing the games. And this is what I've noticed with most games that have started from nowhere and just became the biggest thing. Counter-Strike started like that, just with a mod. Same thing with Dota 2, which was just a mod. And when you come to talk about other games which are on the opposite end, I'm going to mention Overwatch straight up. It just doesn't feel as organic, right? So, you can pour as much money into esports organizations as you want, but you got to start from the grassroots. You got to start with the community. And I think that's exactly what we're doing here in Stacks Game House, and why it's so it's so beautiful. But we don't go anywhere, guys. We do have some highlights at the end of the day for you. We'll show them in just a second. But before I do that, I do want to point out that we have a few more days here in the Battle of Gamers. So let's take a quick look at the schedule. So if you want to know exactly when the games will come out, if you want to follow your favorite teams, tomorrow, which is the quarterfinals, is going to be the Rising Amateurs yet again. We're going to be having that bracket. It's going to be the quarterfinals, and the day following that, it's going to be none other than the Superstars back at it again. And then August 15 and 16 will be the final matches, the final days, the grand finals itself. So make sure you stay tuned and check those out. But I think we're ready. Let's check out the highlights of the day. We had so many interesting happenings, all throughout the tournament, and we are ready to just absolutely dive in and see what we had today in an exciting day number 2 in the Superstars bracket here at the Battle of Gamers at Stacks' Game House. So take a look, everybody. The highlights are coming your way right now.
Oh, I remember this play. This was actually quite insane, shown here by, I believe it was, it cut out for a second. There we go. Well, attack on the A site, and they did get the plant down. What I'm looking forward to seeing from these highlights are the ones from Knives Only. I mean,
let's face it, man.
Let's face it.
I want to see that 1v4. I've seen some crazy plays today, some crazy clutches, but I don't think I've ever seen crazy clutches just like that 1v4 full melee clutch on a Search and Destroy. It was an absolute treat to see, and it's unfortunate that we don't get to see any more of that, but it's at least we got to see it in the end, though.
We did a quick 6-0 sweep there, as we saw here this time. Now on the Hardpoint, I believe this was whose highlight was this? Looking back at it, was it Jezzare's? It might have been up close. Actually, it's Renown's able to find a frag there. I think this is Renown, same as the last clip. Renown's very formidable and very terrifying to find up in those close situations.
Yes.
A straight up 1v1 duel gunfight. You can see a pro gamer definitely living up to the name. And
yeah,
well,
so let's I actually do want to get your opinion. We have a couple of days left here, and tomorrow we're starting with the bracket again of the Rising Amateur. So if we take a look at the sort of the result of the previous games, a lot of them were actually 2-0s. We did get to game number 3. And I think that ultimately it's going to be a lot closer as the days progress here. But what do you look to see in those amateur teams that we're going to be seeing tomorrow to have a chance at standing up to the big boys, the Superstars? What do you think that they got to do to maybe go up against the Goliaths?
well, in that case, they really have to do their homework. I can't stress this enough. The homework, the research on the teams you're going to go up against, especially since the Superstars are more known teams. There's more information about them, and there's more VODs that they've played in. So if you watch those VODs from the tournaments that they've played in and participated in, then you can really do your research on how these guys like to play their sets, how they like to hold, and how they really just like to keep things going and really stop things from happening. This is the clutch we were all waiting for from Knives, I believe. A triple kill there. He does find a 4K eventually, and a 5th to close it all off. Look at this movement, this 4th frag.
Yeah, that was nuts.
That was nuts. That was what I was waiting for.
Yeah, like I can't believe he gets this, man. Like that clutch crouch right there saved his butt, and he actually wins the round on top of this. Like, I don't think I've never, not in my entire all of the years that I've been casting, have I seen a clutch this actually insane. But I'm glad I did get a chance to see it. It just goes to show that there's just so much room for creativity here, and we'll be seeing more of this as we go on with the tournament. So going back to the tournament itself and sort of talking about it, for the superstars, they have a lot of, I think, pressure on their shoulders to prove why they are the top dogs right here. Do you, in particular, see any teams like maybe from the rising amateurs that could potentially be, to create an upset and maybe take this whole tournament for themselves?
Well, I think if we cut to the bracket just a bit, we can see how things are going to progress on. Can we view the bracket, please, observer? There we go. Well, see, if we really look at it, we have Ascendancy versus Ukiyo and Ascension versus Easy Money from the Rising Amateurs side. Eventually, they're going to clash in the middle with the Superstars versus the Rising Amateurs, and so let's break things down. Ascendancy versus Ukiyo. I think Ascendancy do have a good chance of progressing on. And then from there, on the other side, Ascension and Easy Money. Easy Money might...
Yeah, this is not going to be easy.
Yeah.
This last one's not going to be easy because from what we saw yesterday, I mean, Easy Money is a team that we saw a lot of previously, and they were so dominant, especially against Apex. Easy Money was actually that team that did that absolutely crazy clutch hardpoint domination victory with 148 points on the Apex side. And Ascension actually got, if I'm not mistaken, won that game in a 3-0 in domination. So if I'm going to look forward to any matches to tomorrow, I think Ascension versus Easy Money is definitely going to be it. But if I were to pick a dark horse myself, I think Easy Money might be able to get this one. Yeah. Yeah,
they do have good chances of even upsetting one of the superstars here. But guys, lots to look forward to, lots to expect, lots to really reminisce about, especially that really fun game with knives only. But guys, that will be it for today. I hope you guys had much fun. Do like and share the channel down below, and our pages, two personal pages, you can see it down below. They're Black and Blue PH and Illustrado Casts. So guys, thank you very much once again. I am Black and Blue, with me my man Illustrado. We're gonna see you guys next time tomorrow, coming back here at the Stacks Game House tournament. See you guys next time tomorrow. Stay safe.